Hey, how's it going? Hey, happy Saturday. Welcome to the stream. If you're new to the stream, welcome. I appreciate you being here. I'm sure the rest of you do too. Apologize for being a little bit late. Couple of technical difficulties plus a little, I got a couple things going on. But hey, happy Saturday. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. Like I mentioned, if you haven't been here before, welcome. We appreciate you being here. I definitely appreciate you being here. If you're wondering what this stream is about and you're new, hey, it's pretty open. It's a pretty open forum to talk about anything you want to talk about, really. Technical related. We'll keep it scoped to technical stuff. But yeah, pretty open, pretty laid back. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Who was that? I got to get my other screen open, but I'll call out follows and all the events that happened right before I went live too, so I greatly appreciate it. But if you have something you're working on, something you're interested in, or something you're struggling with, or something you just want to share that's tech related, HomeLab related, throw it in chat. Let's talk about it. And then usually I kind of start out with weather. It's actually a good weather report, at least for us in the Midwest. In the Midwest, it feels like it's spring finally. I don't want to say get my hopes up. But it feels like it's spring. I mean, today it's 73. Yesterday 72 and sunny. It's been fantastic. It was interesting and awesome and nice going outside last night without a jacket on and just feeling like air on my skin. It was kind of weird. It was a little bit breezy, and I was like, "Ooh, the breeze isn't even cold." So super awesome and interesting. So, anyways. Like I mentioned, if you're new here or not and want to talk about something, let's talk about it. I do have to cut it a little bit, not short, but on time. I definitely have to be on time today. I was a little bit late, so I'll go over a little bit late, but I have to take care of some other stuff too. Anyways, that aside, what are you guys up to? What are you working on? What can I help with? Let's get into subs and follows and everything that happened right before we went live on the stream. Let's see. Where's my chat? Oh, I gotta fix that. Let's see. So a little bit earlier today, I'm gonna start here. Red Hot for Jesus, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Stefanowicz, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Nero, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Yuri, thanks for the follow. Sketty, TV Cello, STV Cello, G Kush, RDJ Jabba. There's a lot of consonants in there. RJ, DJ, AJ, PJ. I assume that's just making a quick account real quick. I appreciate it though. Even the quick new accounts, I appreciate it. Dry Tag, Bart, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. PC Geek, Resub, Tier 1, 20 months. Dude, thank you so much. Dude, thanks. 20 months, man. Can you believe it? 20 months. Let's go. Techno Tim, best community ever. Thanks, Techno Tim. Hey, no problem at all. You know, I say this a lot, but I'll say it again. Hey, Kasatot. Hey, Kasatot, thanks for the sub, tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. Yeah, lights are going. I love it. Man, that's good. Dark mode with the lights. I should keep that all the time. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. But PC Geek, going back to your comment, yeah, I totally agree about best community ever. Hey, thank you. I agree, but it's all of you who make it awesome. So I appreciate it. Bond, I'm going with Bondi Ben. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. And I got 2 sub alerts. I'm not sure where the second one is. So I apologize if it doesn't get called out. Oh, Xavier's D is continuing a sub. I don't get those notifications, but I see it down there. Hey, Xavier's D, how's it going, man? Thank you so much. Continuing a sub. So converted your gifted sub to a sub in general. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. How's it going? Good to see you. So, let's get into chat. Let's see what you guys are up to. Let's see what's going on. I usually look to see who is here first. We have a thing where people like to be first. I remember who was first. It was Crack Kitty. All right, because one of my chats doesn't have it, but the other chat does. Crack Kitty, you were here first. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. How's it going? I think you were. At least when I opened it up and saw it this morning, you were. Appreciate it. Hey. Xavier's D, dude, thank you so much. 100 bits. Things are a little bit out of sync right now, but okay, I see it. Dude, Xavier's D, thanks for the bits. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Jobstoit. Oh, I'm going with that. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. So let's get in the chat. Let's see what you guys are up to. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. Hopefully things are going well. Raymond Main. Hey guys, hey, dang, hey, thank you. Xavius, I think bits are a little bit delayed. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 100 bits, dude. Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Hey guys, how's it going? Crack Kitty, hi Lou, don't make fun of me. I assume that's because it's always DNS comment earlier, because DNS seems to be the root of all problems when it comes to networking, for sure. Crack Kitty, LOL. Frostix, Frosty SX, Sir Sword. I assume that's an emote. I did see it earlier. It was a purple sword, so I appreciate it. Let's go. I totally agree. Let's go. JCX live stream hype. How's it going, JCX? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Glad you could be on the stream today. Appreciate it. Let's see. Ryan Balfans. First time here, but I cannot stick around for more than a few minutes, unfortunately. Hey, that's all right. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for throwing some comments in chat too. Appreciate it. JCX Life, I'm super early this time. You are. You're about, you usually about a midway through or about, 20% in. I'm kidding. But hey, I was a little bit late too, so now I made you wait, so I apologize. How's it going? Let's see. Meet James Allen. Hey, James Allen, how's it going? Nice to meet you, dude. Dude, save his D. Thank you so much. Thanks for the bits. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Lights are flashing nonstop. Thank you so much. Dang, thank you. An anonymous cheer. Thank you, an anonymous cheer. Anon. I like it. Anon 100. Anon is yeah, that's my abbreviation always for Anon. Anonymous when I write code. But hey, appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. Seawarg, scripts. What are you working on? You're working on scripts? All right. I'm working on scripts too. I feel like I always am. If they're not scripts for YouTube, they're scripts to automate some stuff or deploy some stuff around here. Speaking of which, yeah, I've been working on something. I didn't really cover that because I didn't release a video, but I've been working on something that's I think is pretty awesome. Should be coming out soon, but it's kind of a game changer for me. It shakes things up a little bit with how I've been doing things lately, and I like that. Hey, anonymous cheer, 102 bits. Thank you, anonymous. Anon 10. No, it's Anon 100. Oh, I like it. Let's see. Thank you, man. The lights are flashing away. Xavius, cheer, 420. All right, and got the stream height, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. ISO, doing some electrical troubleshooting in the basement today. Something keeps tripping the breakers. Ooh, that's tough. Those are tough to track down. Yeah, that's tough. I hope you figured it out. I hope you're safe. Definitely, electrical in general isn't my strong suit. I have something similar that happens. It's on that outlet back there at the bottom. Every now and then that outlet works, and then it doesn't work, and there isn't a GFI connected to it or anything. It's super weird, but the wiring in this house is kind of it's pretty old, and things are on breakers that really don't make any sense. You should see my breaker list. I have to always say, like, lights in the kitchen, and one light in the dining room, and the upstairs light, and the porch light, because I think whoever wired this house over time, over the 100 years I think this house has existed, people just tapped into whatever they could find. I don't blame them. I probably would too. But I hope you figure it out. That stuff's tough to figure out. For sure. Daddy or Daddy, I have some cool news. So I've been working on getting an Elgato HD60 USB capture card to work with Proxmox. Nice. We talked about that a little bit. We've talked about that off and on here for a little bit. But when I did USB 3.0 pass-through, it would only get audio and not video. So I found I needed to pass through the entire USB bus controller, and it worked like a charm. Nice. That is not something I would have thought about. I would have tried it, but not something I would have thought about initially. I would have done exactly what you did, pass one individual device through rather than pass the whole controller through. But yeah, makes, now you say it kind of makes sense, but definitely wouldn't have been something I would have tried right off the bat. So congratulations. That's awesome. So you have your Elgato HD60 USB capture card hooked up to Proxmox that's passing that USB device through to a guest. So I assume you can record videos or stream videos or something from that virtual machine. Super awesome. Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. Let's see. Graphics. Hello. I'm working on traffic to SSL my home lab and want to say thanks to you. I learned a lot. Hey, thank you. Yeah, it's that's one of the more complex one, but it's one of the more popular ones. People want TLS or encryption or secure tunnel, SSL, formerly known as, and traffic is a great way to do that. So congratulations. I hope you get it. That one's tough. If you get it, you definitely get a badge of honor. You get a traffic badge of honor for doing that, for getting your certificates on some of your services. So, hey, I'm glad you're learning a lot. I got more. There's more where that came from. Let's see. Frosty. Fortnite. Let's see. I'm going Bondi Ben. Hello there. How's it going? Good to see you. Meet James Allen, deep learning assignment for data science, MSc, exploring home servers for projects later this year. Your channel has been a huge help. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Deep learning assignment. Awesome. So I assume probably then the way you found me was either trying to do some deep learning with NVIDIA video card or you were just trying to virtualize something. So pretty awesome. I'm definitely interested in deep learning. Haven't done a ton. I've only done a tiny bit and ran some models ran some analysis against some existing models. It's super interesting stuff. Wish I had more time for it, but hey, you're well on your way. GCX, I'm having the day off. Nice. Me too. Well, kinda. I mean, from work. Got the results of my hearing test. I was unfortunately right. Left ear is going bad. Ooh, that's not good. Sorry to hear that. Hope it maybe heals or gets better, or hopefully you have ways to deal with it. But unfortunate, and sorry to hear that for sure. I think something's up with Twitch notifications because I see lights flashing, but I don't see anything happening. So actually, it's probably a bug in my code. I'm betting a bug in my code. Crack Kitty, meet Gene Allen's nice. Yeah, for sure. SM Dion. I'm going with that. Recently, I got Keep Alive D to run in a container with the ability to watch containers. Set up something to set alerts over Discord on HA changes. That's awesome. I saw it. I saw that in Discord. Was that Discord? I think it was in Discord where I saw it, where you had some, I think it was Slack notifications. Either Slack or Discord notifications that you were sending out, Discord you mentioned, when your HA status changes. Pretty awesome. I saw those alerts that you could set up in Keep Alive D. I didn't do it, but that's awesome. That's awesome. I don't, unfortunately, well, I do monitor those endpoints with Uptime Kuma, my VIPs, but sounds awesome. Send a notification because that's pretty important stuff. If your VIP is down, and that's just like having two servers down. So yeah, lots of problems. Lots of problems. Lights are flashing. Not sure why. Bug in my code. I guarantee it. Let's see, Trevor. Sup, Tim? Got my Velo Cloud Edge 520 up, and now I'm transiting my Works network. Awesome. Hey, Riley Morgan. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Welcome, Prime sub. Thank you so much. That's super awesome, Trevor. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. You did share a little bit of that, I think, in chat maybe it was last week or the week before. Pretty awesome stuff. I don't know a ton about it, but it looks like a pretty awesome device. I think it's to help you do software-defined WAN, pretty much. SD-WAN. That's what we talked about last week. Sounds awesome. Hey, Mark Fletcher. Thanks for follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Crack Kitty. Here we go. I'm ready. Crack Kitty. I'm starting my journey with something at Techno Tim. Have you ever heard of it? Let me guess. It has something with a dot in the name. That's why it's gotten taken out. Oh, it got it got taken out. I'm not sure. Yeah. Anything with, I don't know. Twitch has some stuff, they have filtering baked in to where they're going to hide and show stuff. So I apologize. I didn't see it. Fast.ai, thank you, Crack Kitty. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I have to think about it. No, I don't think so. I've heard of all kinds of Fastly and Fastlane and different kinds of things that have fast in the name. Haven't heard of Fast.ai. I'll have to check it out. I'm interested to know. My interest is peaked now. Sigor, hi all. Hey, how's it going, Sigor? Good to see you. Hey, Graphics 93 has sub tier 1. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for the sub. Tier 1 sub. Kiki, yeah. Nice crack. Yeah, that's right. Zanzaramin. Hey, thanks for follow. Appreciate it. Kiki Ran, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Good to see you in here. Phimite, hey, Techno Tim, how's it going? Xavius D, Techno Tim just finished adding my 25 HP to my rack. Nice. Wrapped my R210-2 and R720 and APC faceplates in carbon fiber vinyl wrap. Dang, you are going all out, man. 5 HP per 1U rack space. Oh, the heck. Yeah, hardware for a spiffy pick. I will definitely check it out. Yeah, your HomeLab is shaping up. Your server rack is definitely shaping up to be something that I hope mine looks like someday. It looks really awesome. You've been going at it the last couple of weeks, and we've been seeing it all unfold and evolve, both on Discord voice, video, and in chat. So, dude, awesome rack, man. Frostix Tim is the best. Thank you. I appreciate it. Casatat. I like it. 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in Texas today. Woo, that's hot. I'm not ready for that. I'm never ready for 100, but I'm definitely not ready for even 80s yet. I don't even want to say the word because I think it's going to be 80s next week here. And I'm like, dude, we just went from like 30 to 70. I'm cool with like 50s and 60s for, a couple of weeks. Just because, I like cooler weather. Like 50s, 60s is great. High of 70 and then getting down to upper 40s. I'm totally fine with that. Year round. But we'll see. Not complaining. Could be snowing. And not that I don't like snow. It's just I'm kind of over snow. I get over it. We get 4 seasons here. Some are longer than others, and some I get annoyed of more than others if they hang around for a long time. Let's see. Alstring. Hey, Tim, do you self-host a container registry? Any recommendations? I don't. No. So you can a couple of ways. The name slips my mind. One of the most popular ones that's out there that's a standalone self-hosted registry is, I don't know. It has a lighthouse, I think, for the logo. Can't remember off the top of my head. I should totally look it up. But that's an option. A lot of people use GitHub too. GitHub is full stack DevOps toolkit, really, which comes with source control, CI/CD, and container registry. And so that's an option too. Those are my 2 options. Harbor, thank you. Harbor is exactly what it's talking about. Harbor is one of the most popular, I think, if you're doing a standalone self-hosted registry. And then, another popular one is GitLab, because it also includes container registry. Then there are there are ones that are like super artifact registries, like JFrog has Artifactory, which is a registry for everything, for Node modules, Python modules, you name it, .NET stuff, and container registry stuff too. If you want to store more than just container images, that might be something you could look at too. But yeah, thank you. So Harbor's a good one. GitLab, and then if you want to go all out, full like enterprise scale, Artifactory is pretty good. I wouldn't say I got nothing against it. I've just I've had to use an implementation of one as somewhere I worked at, and it everyone was like, ooh, they were always upset with the thing that was the hardest to use, and that was one of the hardest to use. Probably nothing against the product, probably something against the implementation we had where we worked. But yeah, it's any of those will work. But if you want to do, if you really want a full stack DevOps toolkit, full stack, and you want to have your source control, and you want to have GitLab, you want to have runners for your CI and CD to deploy GitOps stuff or DevOps stuff. GitLab is a great option because they have container registry too, and then they have an artifact registry too. Like GitLab is just going so wide with the things that they'll support. So I use, you know, GitLab for a lot of things, but both the container registry and artifact registry for my node modules. So pretty awesome stuff. System 1100. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Let's see. Ramy Main. I'm going with Ramy Main. Bought and installed a Pi KVM to have remote access to my NUC. Works great. That is awesome. So you solve one of the things that I struggle with sometimes too, is remote access to this NUC, or being able to, you know, remotely do anything to it other than, you know, when it's off, other than turn it on. I can do wake online packs to turn it on. Most of the time that's good enough. Sounds awesome. I haven't done a ton with Pi KVMs. I see them out there. There's lots to choose from, but I should definitely look into it at some point. My voice is a little bit lower today. Not sure what that means. I know what happened last time my voice got super low. It was not good. I think you know why, though. I did more talking last night than I have in probably 6 months. Met with some friends, but Shifty1. Hey, Tim. Been waiting all week for the stream. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thinking of building this server with a used R730. Any other hardware recommendations? No, if you have a R730, you are good. You have a decent server. I mean, usually my recommendation to get something cheap and enterprise-ish is a 720, and you're at a 730. So no, I'd say as long as you have enough drives and as long as you have enough RAM, you're going to be fine. I mean, for most things and most home labs and most people, what they're running, I mean, the compute is usually totally fine, you know, and they're even on a single processor, you know, with multiple cores is usually fine for what people are trying to do. It's when you start doing specialized stuff, like maybe converting stuff or compiling stuff, where, you know, you're going to use a little bit more compute. But for the most part, 730 is going to handle everything you can throw at it for a home lab, unless you're doing something specialized, for sure. No, I can't give a better recommendation than that, especially if you have that. You know, the only other recommendation I'll give is, hey, where are you going to store your data? Are you going to spin up a NAS, separate NAS? You know, those are some things you might want to think about too. I mean, and networking, obviously. But I think if you have a server, you probably have some networking in place. But you'll have to think about those things too. Networking hardware, a gateway. Are you going to separate those two out? But yeah. I think as far as server hardware goes, 730, you're in a good spot. And I didn't even select your message, but you're in a good spot. I'm going with that's so hard. I'm going with Dion. I'm just gonna say Dion. SM Dion. Lived in Minnetonka for a long time. Finally left for Tennessee. Got sick of the winter. I hear that. And you're not the only one. Hey D, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. You're not the only one. There's a lot of people moving into the Sun Belt area, especially you mentioned Tennessee. A lot of people are moving to the Sun Belt right now with remote work options, cheaper places to live, more or better weather, possibly be able to take advantage of solar. A lot of people are moving to the Sun Belt. So, hey, I don't blame you. Sometimes I'm like, man, that sounds pretty good. All of a sudden I got a Southern accent for some reason. But yeah, Tennessee, yeah, it sounds awesome. Been there a few times. I got relatives that live there too. It's okay. We don't hate anymore in Minnesota for leaving. Let's see, JCX, I got measurable data about my hearing from using Samsung's Adapt Audio thing. Nice. Which is what encouraged me to go for the test. Useful as a technical tool. Nice. I haven't heard about this. Samsung's Adapt Audio thing. And so I assume it adjusts audio in a headset according to UNA. I don't know. According here, I'm just making this up. I'm just trying to go from other like adaptive technologies that I've heard about before. I don't know much about that, but that's awesome. I'm glad that, you know, technology are starting to help people with things like this, especially adaptive technology. So I'm glad you pinned it down, because sometimes those things are hard. And like you mentioned in your comment, you have measurable data. I mean, there's no denying the data. I mean, unless it's wrong. But you know, so it's one thing to have a hunch, but it's another to know definitively and have quantitative, you know, results or measurements. So good sleuthing there. Good sleuthing. Calgar, good evening. Your YouTube video for Pterodactyl was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Using the server for my little son and me to play together. Awesome. I love hearing stuff like that. I love hearing stuff like that. For some reason, when I hear about, parents playing games with their kids, it warms my heart. It really does. So I'm glad that you were able to get Pterodactyl up and going. I know it's a little bit complex, and that video is a little bit long. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, there's this system called Pterodactyl. It's a game server, basically management for your game servers that you can spin up hundreds of games. Most people use it for Minecraft or a lot of Steam games, but it can be used for all different types of games, and I think it's really fantastic. So I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of time went into that video, probably more than you know. And it's great. I'm using it now. I have a couple game servers up. I don't have them published kind of publicly yet, but I might. Well, they kind of are if you've been paying attention to Discord, but I haven't announced anything. But they're pretty soon they'll be there, and if people want to play, they can definitely play, and I'll host them. I'll host them securely. Let's see, Seawarg, know of any sort of networking monitoring and logging tool? Want to record when, if I get sporadic ping or it drops entirely, stats, what time of the day, or yeah. So I think if you want to go like full on enterprise, like Prometheus is going to be a really good bet for you. So Prometheus does metric logging, log metrics. It's a combination of both. Logging and metrics together, where you create metrics and then you can aggregate them or analyze them and visualize them. So if you want something that's probably a little bit more complex to set up, like that's kind of the gold standard. What a lot of people use to measure a lot of their infrastructure or a lot of their services or a lot of anything. And then there are a bunch of like one-off tools or services or other things you can spin up. But I don't think that it would be time wasted if you tried to get that working and set up and running, because it's just so flexible. You can monitor anything, and it scales really well. And it's a good tool to have if you're in IT. It's everywhere. Most large enterprises uses it somewhere, and then they have multiple instances per team and whatnot. So yeah, it's pretty. I would go with that. Let's see. Proxmox, PC Geek, Proxmox 7.2 is out with virtual GPU support with VirtGL plus Spice. Nice. I'm running it at home already, but I didn't know that was one of the features. Nice. I think I saw it come out. I can't remember, Thursday. Maybe it was earlier last week. But I'm already running at home. Obviously, Saturday. I talk about this a lot. Is usually my patch day, where I have dedicated time set aside to patch almost everything that I have and make sure that it is patched. And that comes along with power cycling and making sure that things are up afterwards. But I did see that. Haven't looked at it yet. Virtual GPU. This could be really interesting. So I'm wondering if the virtual GPU is an easy way to split it up. I think maybe. I mean, that's what I think in my head. I'll have to check it out. Let's see. That's me. Trevor. Yes. Dark mode for the win. Yeah. Thank you. It is pretty interesting. The dark mode that I put on here was just because, and it turned out kind of okay, I think. Swiss Techno Tom, my Swiss brethren with a different name. Hi Tim, great to be with you. Thank you. Let's talk about Cloudflare Zero Trust. All right. Created my first tunnel, works great. Have you had experiences? Yeah, I did. Just recently, I had a lot of experience with Cloudflare. So Cloudflare D. So Cloudflare, as you guys know, is what are they? They do pretty much everything, but they do a lot of cloud stuff. So they do a lot of cloud protection, bot protection, DDoS protection. They're also a registrar now for certificates. They do DNS for a lot of places. And then they host proxies. They do security, load balancing. They do so much. They're pretty much, a cloud. I don't even know. Cloud networking vendor. That's probably limiting because they do so much. Anyways, long story short, they have this thing called a tunnel. that you can actually expose services or connect to Cloudflare and have people proxy through Cloudflare to get to you. And the way that you spin it up, you run this Cloudflare D process and it connects to Cloudflare. And it's like a reverse connection to where it goes out to Cloudflare and opens the tunnel back to you, which is super nice because then you don't have to poke holes in your firewall. And then all traffic is then proxied through Cloudflare down to you, down to your service. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So, what do we want to know about it? Have I had experiences? Yes, I did. So I did this not too long ago to try to get my game servers going because long story short, like Cloudflare has a reverse proxy, and this applies to their Cloudflare D too, their tunnel too, that I really didn't fully understand because they didn't fully document. But they primarily handle, or mostly handle HTTP traffic, and so it's kind of it's great for web services. It's not so great for other things. And so I was trying to get my Minecraft server exposed publicly and tunnel through Cloudflare so that I can get all of their protection and not expose my private IP, my personal IP. It's a public IP, but it's the one for my house. Basically what it boils down to. And it's really nice. Don't get me wrong. It's really nice, especially if you're behind like CGNAT, so carrier grade NAT, like a lot of new 5G like access points are now, or if you have whatever CGNAT. I'll just say that if you have CGNAT, it's fantastic because then you can expose services that you're self-hosting out through Cloudflare, but it works best with like web type services. Doesn't work so great with other things. And in their documentation, they say a whole bunch about like, hey, you can host this on any arbitrary TCP port. And I was like, great, that's fantastic. That's exactly what I need to do. I need to host my Minecraft server on some arbitrary TCP port. Well, good luck, because it doesn't work the way you would think it would work. Because I think they're onto something, because they have another service that you could pay for to actually host games and other things through those ports. So they do allow some ports. I won't say they do allow some ports, but they're kind of restrictive. Anyways, for the win, Havoc. Hey, thanks for follow. Appreciate it. Anyways, long story short, I'm familiar with it. I ended up using it quite a bit until it didn't work anymore, and then I ended up using Zero Tier for a while. So right now, that's how my Minecraft server is hosted. I did a very similar thing with Zero Tier, but Zero Tier is like all access. Like they don't restrict anything. They just create point-to-point tunnel. And then you get to choose what you want to forward through that tunnel, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So I've been playing with that a little bit too, and it's actually working for my Minecraft server. It's pretty cool. It's a combination of Zero Tier plus all the stuff I'm self-hosting or games I'm self-hosting, along with some magic from Cloudflare, and along with some magic on Nginx with a reverse proxy on both ends of this tunnel. Anyways, long story short, I'm very familiar with it. I was trying to like forget that part of last week, like struggling to get this working, but it is working. Anyways, long story short, I might have something on it. I just don't know if people are interested in it. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. There are some pitfalls though with both approaches though. So maybe. Anyways, yeah, Swiss Techno Tom, very familiar with it, probably too familiar with it over the last, I'd say over the last week or so. But anyway, Zero Tier is pretty cool too. I'm impressed. I'm impressed for sure with Zero Tier. Crack Kitty, wow, thanks Xavier's D. Yeah. Oh wait. Did I miss something? Was that a gifted? If I missed it, gifted sub, because now I'm trying to connect the dots. I'm not sure. If I did, I apologize. I'll look through the logs again. Something was up with alerts earlier. Kasatat. I have seen and followed so many of your YouTube videos. Hey, thank you. I feel like you helped me build my network. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. Real quick, Frasian, thanks for follow. Appreciate it. Hey, that's awesome. I'm glad you found a path forward. All the things that I talk about and do in videos are recommendations. They're some I still implement and some I don't. So I'm glad you found some use out of them. Hope your network's doing okay though. Too. I appreciate the comment. Thank you. Craven Haas. Watching from Brazil. Hey, thank you. Love your videos. Thank you, especially your HomeLab update. I learned a lot from your channel. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, I should do those updates more often. Right now, you know, the full tours are roughly once a year, but maybe I should do it more often. It's just like, but you know, I physically things rarely. I don't want to say rarely. But things change virtually more than they do physically, so I reserve those for, you know, when there's a big physical change, like there might be coming up soon. But thank you, I appreciate it. Trevor, make dark mode a regular thing. Hey, you have the power to. You got the, if you have channel points, 1,000 points to change the lights in my room. Toxic, hello. Hey, how's it going? Lex Prism, hey y'all. Let's see. It's hard for me to see, so I'm just gonna go with Jesse. I have a T5500 Dell workstation with Proxmox and need to add memory and afraid to shut Proxmox down to load the memory cards. Last time I shut my Proxmox server down through the GUI, and I lost Grub and had to redo everything. That is not good. That is not good. Funny you mentioned that because I was patching stuff this morning, and I'm always fearful of that. But I hear about it more often. But it hasn't happened to me. I don't know if I'm lucky or what. But I would check two things. One, you know, your apt lists and where you're pulling from. Make sure that, you know, I mean, obviously for people who don't have a subscription, the unstable repository is their only option. You don't want to do the dev repository. I would never do that. And then I would also check to make sure, you know, how you're updating Proxmox. You know, I do it through the UI. I'm always scared to run, you know, an apt upgrade manually, or I never run a dist upgrade. Oh, well, I haven't in a long time. So I generally do it through the UI because I knew the UI is going to make the right choice for me. But yeah, there's so many things that could go wrong depending on how you're doing it. I'm not entirely sure. I hope it doesn't. I hope you can reboot your server and it comes back up. Roman Q. Hey, from Bavaria, Germany. Hey, how's it going? Wie geht's heute? Wie geht's heute? That's how are you today, right? Wie geht's heute? Wie ist das Wetter? That's all I remember. And viel Glück. That means good luck. That's all I remember from middle school German. I took German in middle school a long time ago. Twitch me for sure in my eyes. Yeah, that was on the light mode. Job Stoy. Man, I'm just loving Talos Linux at the moment. Yeah, we were talking about this in Discord. So Talos Linux is a distribution that's meant to run one thing and one thing only: Kubernetes. Yeah, it's super interesting. So it's a Linux distribution. It's an immutable OS, which means you can't change anything. And it's designed to run Kubernetes, and it's batteries included, so you get a lot of things along with it. So it's very opinionated, but it's a full operating system that has it ready to go. Super interesting stuff. Definitely going to be digging into it here soon. But yeah, awesome. Thanks for sharing. Tuxit, hey from France. Hello from the US. How's it going? Meet James Allen. Very new to all this and a little overwhelmed. It's okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. The water's warm, kinda. Depends on where you get in. If you were starting right now and beginning, where would you start? Courses, certs, books, projects? Yeah, good question. So if I was starting, where would I begin? So I learn in two ways. I'll throw three. I learn in three ways. One is I usually learn from videos because I like to listen and look at the same time. Listen to what someone's saying, see some diagrams, see how things are physically set up or what they're physically doing. I learn a ton from YouTube and videos. That's for sure. That's why I started creating videos. And then the next way I learn is by doing. So it's not enough for me to just watch a video. I might absorb 15, 20, maybe 30, 40, I'm just making this up, % of the video, but then I learn by doing it. So I apply what I just learned to something, to my environment, is what I was doing this morning for something I'm working on. Learn from a video, apply it to my environment, learn from my video, and keep applying it to my environment, which brings me to the third way I learn is by repetition, by doing it over and over and over. For some reason, hey, Deja Vu Code, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. For me, I need to repeat stuff. It's not good enough for me to do it once. You know, if I do a hello world and it works, I got to do the hello. I got to tear it down, build it back up, tear it down, build it back up, tear it down, build it back up, just to make sure that, you know, it wasn't a fluke. I documented something properly. I understand how it works. So for me, it's repetition. So it's for me, video, applying, and then repetition. But that's not to say that there's nothing wrong with courses, certs, books, projects. There's not, you know, there's rarely, there's nothing wrong with that. For me, I just learn in a different way. And you touch on a little bit of kind of the fourth way I learn, or once I'm really going to implement something, is a project. And I definitely believe firmly in applying it more than a hello world. So the next step was apply it for real. And then, you know, mix in or sprinkle in something you enjoy. I say this a lot, but if you, you know, you're interested in, just throw gaming because it's an easy one. If you're interested in gaming and you want to build an API, you know, it's not, it may not be really fun or interesting to build an API or build infrastructure for, you know, some Fabricon bank or some, you know, made up name that Microsoft likes to use and pretend like you're managing this infrastructure for this bank. Why not pretend like you're spinning up infrastructure for a gaming company or game servers or something like that and mix that in. That's where I feel like, you know, trying to make something that you're doing relatable makes, I think, gives you a better outcome because it's most of the time something you're passionate about. So those are the ways I learn. Those are the ways I learn. Truly. I did it this morning. Tuxit, Siri, Twitch, Tuxit, Siri. Oh, that's, sorry. It's hard for me to see that. Lickety Splitted. Hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Thinking about writing a script to update a guest Wi-Fi password weekly and generate a QR code to display in the house. I like it. I like it. Maybe even have a web server somewhere on the internet. Huh. I like this. So, okay, so you have a guest Wi-Fi password. I assume it's your guest. Yeah, you say guest. I like it. So guest Wi-Fi password, you want to rotate that secret. You basically want secret rotation on a Wi-Fi password. And so you're going to automate the rotation of that. But then how do you know what it is? Because if it gets rotated outside of a terminal, you can't get the secret out or whatever. So you're going to display a QR code that maybe brings you to a web page. That's a deep link, so security through obscurity, but it's okay at your house. Maybe a GUID at the end that displays that QR code on a certain web page that maybe some display device in your house is refreshing all the time or has. I like it. I like it because that's one of the challenges, you know, I think we all face on a guest network. One, first you got to have friends or got to have guests that want to come over and use it. And two, you know, that password kind of sticks around for a while, as a lot of our Wi-Fi passwords. I like it. I like being able to rotate your passwords anywhere is awesome. And then two, not knowing them is even better. Even better. You can't go wrong. Password rotation, not knowing your password. It can't get better than that. I love it. Allstring, any reason you don't stream on YouTube? No, good question. I mean, I started on Twitch. I feel like I enjoy Twitch. I have a community here. It's not out of the question in the future. I just enjoy it here. It's I don't know. I think Twitch is a good community. I found a lot of people who are interested in, you know, what I'm interested in here as well as on YouTube. So I kind of keep them separate. And you know, it's a little bit different content too. You know, Twitch is really great for live content, live interactive content like this. Not to say YouTube isn't, but you know, Twitch is a little bit more mature. Obviously, YouTube has been ramping up, and a lot of people are streaming there too. It's just it's where I'm comfortable. Maybe I shouldn't be comfortable anymore, but I enjoy it. It's, you know, and it's a different experience for me. But yeah, fair question. Definitely not out of the question. But for now, it's Twitch. Finite. Hey Tim, a little question about pfSense and UDM Pro. Which of a $300 to $350 appliance or UDM Pro is better to begin with? So I'm just pragmatically speaking, what is easier to begin with is pfSense. I mean, it's open source. You can install it today. You can install it on any machine you want. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to buy into a way that a vendor is doing it or doing it different. pfSense has a huge community. There are a lot of people who know it. There's a lot of data and information on the internet on how to do every single thing you could possibly want to do. They use a lot of standard terminologies, standard technologies. So it's, I would say go there. And it takes zero money. I mean, you could even test it in your own home today. If you have a virtual server, spin up a virtual appliance of pfSense, put it on its own network. As if it's a public network, hook up the WAN to the LAN and do NAT and throw some virtual machines behind there and test it out. I mean, you could test it all out today. So pragmatically speaking, which is better to begin with? Just thinking about this, how could you start today for free? I would go pfSense. And I feel like everyone has their opinions or reasons why they choose different technology stacks. And that is definitely the case when it comes to, your gateway or your network router. I would go that route until you don't want to anymore. I would say that's where I started. Well, not where I started, but I stayed on it for a while. Let's see. Roman Q, Nextcloud AIO. Yeah, I've seen that floating around a little bit. Nextcloud AIO. I assume it's all in one, where it's Nextcloud plus everything that they support all in one, pre-configured. Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. That's all I could say, because getting everything installed and configured, like their Office suite, their video or voice and chat, can be cumbersome. But I think that's what you're going after. Kiki ran LOL. I assume that's something I said. We'll see. Let's see. I checked the box and forgot to uncheck it. My bad. Which box? Oh, it's tripping. Was that with my lights? I hope it was. I hope there's a bug. Let's see. Sahil Raj Vaish. Hello, sir. How do you deal with self-doubt when you feel like you are not good enough with something? Or maybe you'll fail. I'm about to start my career in machine learning, but having some doubts. Ooh, that's a tough question. This happens to me more often than you would think. So it happens. I mean, self-doubt, I have a lot of it all the time. Every time before I release a video, or thinking about the next video, or thinking about something I might not be as educated as someone else. Real quick. I'm going with damn K1D. Thanks for follow. Appreciate it. But I mean, these are things that that happen to a lot of people in a lot of different situations. My best advice, and you take it as a grain of salt, is just to keep your head up and keep your head down, and keep your nose up and your head down, and just grind and kind of move forward. If there's something in specific you want to learn, dig into it, figure out why, and try to become, a mini expert on what you're doing, or at least understand stuff to be able to talk about it somewhat intelligently. But that's tough. Getting ready to start your career, I'm sure you have lots of doubts about a lot of things. But if you're new, you get the new person pass for a while. So play that up for a while. But don't rely on it. I don't know. That's tough. I haven't figured it out yet. So I'm probably not giving great advice because I haven't even figured it out yet. This happens to me. It happened to me earlier this week, and it comes in waves. It happened to me, 2 days ago. It happened to me last night. It happened to me, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It happens to me all the time. So you're not alone. It does happen. And you have to mentally coach yourself, I think, to say that, hey, I can do this. I can figure it out. And I'm good enough. I mean, seriously, you just have to do that sometimes. I mean, it's powerful what positive thinking can do. I need to learn that a little bit more, but you're not alone. Happened to me. Like I said, happened to me this morning, happens all the time. So, but yeah, you just gotta And I don't want to say you just got to plow through it and act like it's not a thing, because it definitely is a thing, and it definitely happens to a lot of people. Just know you're not alone, and reach out to other people if there's someone out there, you know, maybe who's going through something similar, or you notice that this might be happening to someone. Reach out to them, see if they're okay. That's what I can give. That's the advice I can give. Kig, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. JCX Life, have a non-compliant core for tracing rogue RCD GFCI. There you go, I like it. Tripping, basically the earth core is on the outside of the cable, so I can't get the clamp on the meter. Ooh, yeah, that stinks. Oh, be careful, be careful. I mean, I understand GFCI or GFI, and I understand the earth core, the ground, but everything else in between there, I would probably electrocute myself, so be careful. Let's see, Grog, struggling between choosing lots of system resources and not having a massive power bill. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Yeah, I hear you. You know, I go through this a lot too. There's some things that I need on all the time. There's some things I need on demand. I haven't automated the on-demand stuff. I should, because sometimes I forget to shut down a whole entire environment, which is 5 or 6 virtual machines. Obviously, they're not, well, maybe not so obviously, but this environment that I have, my test environment, isn't doing much during that time, so I always go back and forth, like, should I shut it down or should I leave it up? And hey, Minor Ale, thanks for the raid. Thank you, 8 viewers. Thank you. Welcome. If you're from Minor Ale's raid, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. CD, Broski, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. But yeah, I go through this too. You know, I want to be green, but I have some stuff I have to run. What do I do? And so, you know, you can offset some of that with, you know, clean energy, all that stuff. Or, you know, you can selectively run stuff on demand, you know, shut it down when it's not being used. If your NAS isn't doing anything, you know, 19 hours of the day, I mean, you could shut it down. Obviously, I mean, at least my NAS is running backups at certain times. But I could probably shut it down for a good half of the day. I know when my backup jobs are. I know when I'm home. I mean, this is going a little bit extreme, but, you know, there are some options. But I hear you. I think we all go through it. And the other option is just go more efficient gear. It's obviously going to cost a little bit more, but more efficient stuff. Let's see. Geeky Rand, welcome to the club. The name of this is called Imposter Syndrome. Heck yeah, it is. You hear about it a lot, and it's not just a buzzword. It is. Like you feel like, hey, am I, you know, whatever role or whatever thing you're trying to accomplish? Is this me? Can I really do it? Or am I just, you know, an imposter or copying someone? You know, it's tough. I've been dealing with that for a lot of my life, because most of the time I'm the underdog or not the most educated. So it's happened to me a ton. So it does happen for sure. Thanks, Geeky Rand. Thanks for throwing that out there. Minor Ale, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Do your best, never stop learning. You do fine. I love it. I love Geeky Rand's the way he put it. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, Geeky Rand, thank you so much. Do your best, never stop learning. You do fine. I love it. Thank you. Trevor. Damn, my eyes. Oh, the light mode. Seagore. See y'all next week. Baby girl could be here anytime, so I'll have to catch the replay on YouTube. Hey, thanks, Seagore. Good luck. Baby girl on the way. Congratulations. All right, let's see. GCX, I'm not wasting my points fighting for dark mode this time, folks. Yeah. It's happened a few times. I think there was a good 10, 20,000 points that were used a while back. Hey, Swiss. Yeah. Notifications are a little bit off. Yeah, as you can see, Stream Elements is struggling a little bit. Twitch is good and my bot is good. So Swiss Techno Tom, thanks for the bits. Appreciate it. So I use Stream Elements for my alerts. Hasn't popped up yet, but my bot changes the light, so my bot code's good. And Twitch, you see it in chat. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Speaking of Stream Elements, all right, about a 10-second delay. Thank you so much, Switch Techno Tom. Appreciate it. Bondaben, what is a good budget for starting a home lab? This one's tough. I assume you mean like what monetary value or how much money? What's a good budget? You know, I'm kind of I do an MVP approach with a lot of things. So MVP is, you know, minimum viable product. At least in software development, we talk about it a lot. You know, what's the most minimum thing I can do to get the result I want to prove something out? And I would definitely take the MVP approach with your HomeLab too. Because it doesn't always take like, I got to buy a whole server rack, or I need to buy a whole bunch of gear, and I need to do all of this before I can run, you know, 2 or 3 services, or before I can learn about Kubernetes, or before I can learn about Docker or virtualization or hypervisors and whatnot. So I would take the MVP approach and do the best with what you have. And so what are some of the tools you might have if you don't have hardware? Well, some of the tools you might have are an old computer laying around somewhere that you can convert to a server and learn on. But even having software virtualization on your own machine, if your own machine is powerful enough, you know, you could test some of that stuff out there too. An old laptop totally works fine to learn on. You know, it might not be the one that you're on right now, but as long as, you know, you have an old machine somewhere else on the network, treat it like another server. Doesn't matter if it's a laptop, a Raspberry Pi, an Intel NUC, or a compact machine from, you know, 2002. You know, you could do a lot with that. You could learn about Linux. You could learn about Docker. You could learn about some of the things you're trying to learn about. Probably not what you want to hear, because you're probably ready to pull the trigger on something to buy. But I would say, you know, don't scale out too far. You know, there are lots of great deals. I wouldn't say deals anymore. They used to be deals before everything that's going on. But there are some affordable options in the used marketplace too. If you look at any of the, you know, any of the secondhand markets, you know, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, you name it, you can find a lot of people getting rid of stuff for reasonable or less than reasonable for a good deal. But then you can also find it on eBay, Amazon, all that stuff too. So anyways, it really depends on what you're trying to learn, what you're trying to do. If you do need specific hardware for stuff, that's when I would start buying stuff. But until you know that, I would take it easy. Do it virtually or do it free if you can too. I mean, there are even, you know, free VMs in the cloud basically you can get to test some stuff out. So probably not what you wanted to hear. I know you're like, what the heck? He just told me not to buy stuff. But you know, I believe in, you know, I believe in doing the best with what you have and not being what you don't have, you know, a non-starter to start to learn. So there it is. But if you really want to know, I mean, you could, yeah. So old computers, Raspberry Pis, old laptops, you name it. Then you can get into old PCs. There's so many ways to go. But I would, you know, I wouldn't scale out too far until you know exactly what you want to do. Let's see. Damn it, GCX Raffle. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Phimite, Trevor. Yeah, didn't thoughts would be so bright. Yeah, it is bright. It is squinting my eyes for sure. Geeky Rand, we've all been there. It's tough. Yeah, Google some ideas on how to deal with it. Usually suggest a hobby, not similar to what's burning you out. I use DIY projects around the house. I like it. Yeah. Geeky Rand, truth. Speaking some truth, some knowledge bombs. Yeah, I need to take that advice too. Because my hobbies and my interest and my career, they're all intertwined in just tech, but different facets of tech. But yeah, it's great advice, man. JCX Life, I did get a 3-axis stabilization gimbal. Nice. Yeah, nice gear. Going away sometime soon, and I want a decent video, and I have memories that don't want to look like the Blair Witch Project. I hear you, or it's just jitters and everything. Yeah, I hear you. Awesome. Let me know. Yeah, I picked up a gimbal. I have a handheld gimbal. It has weights on it, only because my mirrorless camera is kind of heavy, but I haven't found anything that's like mechanical that can hold that. I mean, that's a reasonable price. So yeah, I'm interested to know. Oh, sorry about that. 1 second. Let's see. Okay, guys. I'm getting kind of close. I'm gonna look for mentions right now. I'm gonna look for mentions real quick, and just because it's getting close to time, I didn't say this in the beginning. We usually run roughly an hour. I was a little bit late, so I'm running a little bit late. But I know you guys got things to do, and you want to do things and get back to your projects, and I appreciate you tuning in. So I'm going to look for mentions. I'm going to try my best to look for mentions to see if there are things that people are looking for me to answer. Real quick, Xavius D, thank you so much. Well, that wasn't even a thank you. I'm thanking myself. So much to do this weekend. My Silverstone chassis came in. The new 2690 V2 CPUs for the Beast. Nice. And still got the PF Sense on the list. So much, but I can't decide what to do next. I hear you. Amen to that. Oh, let's see. Oh, it's so hard. Words, so many words. I do appreciate all the chat, and I hate to cut you off if you were trying to ask me for something specifically, but I gotta kind of wrap it up. Let's see, Xavius, will I be around for the podcast tonight? Possibly. Actually, I think I'm gonna do what I did last time, and I'll hop on Discord chat, voice chat right after this. I'll hop in and see what you guys are up to, because I think there are. Yes. So I will hop in right after this tonight, possibly, but I definitely will be on there here in a little bit. All right, last one. He was thanking me for continuing his gifted sub. All right, got you. I totally called that one out, but wasn't sure. GCX Live, generally apt get upgrade only for upgrades, regular packages. Dis upgrade will upgrade the kernel and PVE manager, I think. So there's more risky update option. Yeah, I think so too, and that's why I don't do it. If you're gonna upgrade Proxmox versions, do an apt get upgrade. I'm just going to say apt upgrade and an apt upgrade and an apt dist upgrade, then change your sources to the new one, and then a get upgrade, dist upgrade, change your sources, upgrade. I'm going to finish on that. Oh, gosh. Oh, so many comments. Hey, guys, I do apologize. We are going to cut it. We're going to call it. Hey, thank you so much for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. There were follows, there were bits, there were gifted subs, there were subs, there were continued subs, there were new subs. So I really appreciate all of that. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Helps me continue to do what I'm doing, and I greatly appreciate it. If you have more questions for me, I'm going to be in Discord here in a minute. I'm just going to jump in voice chat here in a second just to check in on everyone and see what's going on. And if you're not a part of Discord, you should absolutely join. We're over 6,000 strong now in our Discord community. I say ours because it's not just about me. 99% of people talk more than me there. It's not that I'm not there. I'm there a lot. I lurk a ton, but it's really a community of people who are interested in technology that hang out in my server, and I greatly appreciate it. Recently partnered, so that's awesome too. So Discord believes in our community too, so it's super awesome. If you don't know how to get on our Discord server, you can use !Discord, or you can look down below. There should be a link that'll get you to our Discord server. And if you can't figure all of that out, all you got to remember is discord.gg/technotim, and you'll get there. I would love to see you there, even if it's just a lurk. So, hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in, for being here, for all the stuff I just talked about earlier. Have a great week. I will have something out for you this week, and I will be back for sure on Twitch next weekend. So, greatly appreciate it. And and what, tomorrow Mother's Day? I think so. If you're a mother and you're in the U.S., happy Mother's Day. And if you're not in the U.S., happy Mother's Day. Anyway, have a great weekend. So take care, folks. Be good to each other. Take care.